back to another U.S. immigration law video. Today we are addressing a question that we often receive for individuals that are going through the employment sponsorship process for a green card, and specifically the PERM process. This is when a U.S. employer is doing a test of the labor market to determine whether or not there are any qualified U.S. workers for the job that they want to offer to a foreign national on a permanent basis. And they have to get certification from the Department of Labor before they can move forward with employment for that foreign national, proving to the Department of Labor that there are no minimally qualified U.S. workers that are willing and able to take that position. And a question that we often receive is for individuals who an employer is going through that PERM process for is, can they travel internationally, or are they allowed to travel internationally while they're going through this PERM process, while that PERM is pending? And it can be a little bit confusing because of how the PERM process works. But the answer is that in most cases, you can travel while this PERM process is taking place. You need to understand that the PERM process runs parallel to your status in the United States. It really has no impact whatsoever on your current visa, whether that's a TN, an H-1B, and whatever your status is in the United States that you have while your employer is going through this PERM process with the Department of Labor. It does not impact your status whatsoever. Zero. It is a separate and independent process. And it's actually not even attached to you at this point when they're going through certification. So there's nothing that USCIS or CBP would even have in the system that attaches this PERM to you as an employee. So as far as that goes, the PERM process does not impact you whatsoever. There are stages in the PERM process after the certification and after the I-140 is approved where there could be implications on your travel. But if you're going through that recruitment phase, your employer has filed the prevailing wage, for example, your employer is going through the recruitment and then the submission of the 9089 to get that certified. While that's all going on, there's no impact on your status in the United States or your ability to travel as far as the PERM goes. Now, you do need to be careful when you travel outside the United States, but it really has nothing to do with the PERM. If you're traveling outside the United States and the PERM process is going on in the background, well, you do need to take considerations when you travel. You need to make sure you have a valid visa or status that allows you to travel out the United States. So do you have a valid unexpired visa in your passport? And do you have all the necessary travel documents to depart and then re-enter the United States? Make sure that you have those documents with you, that you are traveling on valid travel documents, and that your visa is up to date. If you depart the United States and you don't have a valid visa, well, then you would need to obtain a new visa before returning to the United States, if that applies to you. You know, most Canadians don't have a visa, so it's whether or not you have valid status. If you have a current I-94 that you will be able to re-enter the United States on. If not, then you'd have to be prepared to get an extension of your visa or your status before re-entering the United States. But this is really separate and apart from the PERM process. So you just need to make sure that you have an underlying status while you're going through that PERM process that allows you not only to continue to work in the United States, but that also allows you to travel while you're waiting for that PERM process to complete itself. So in the end, the PERM process has no impact on your ability to travel outside the United States. You can travel internationally while your employer goes through that PERM process with no impact on your current visa status. What is important is that you maintain that visa status throughout the PERM process. And if you do that, then that will allow you to travel internationally while you're waiting for that PERM process to be completed. Any questions about the PERM process? If you have any questions about U.S. immigration in general, we'd be glad to answer those for you. Thank you for watching another video and have a great day.